Hail, Source Hunter. Good to see you've reached Lacula Forest. There were times when I came to this neck of the woods just to whiff its wholesome air. Alas, that it surrounds us here, like an invisible mist. Takes cat's eye. Even so, it's plain as day to the east, all about Ikara's cabin. Immaculate's beset it. If she has ordered such thorough defenses of her sister's cabin, we may be certain that that means Ikara herself must be there, Hunter. And it is essential that you find her. Ha! Zigzags would see you dash rather than move. Leandra and her cronies may be lunatics all, but...
death awaits you. I need to dry off.
Staff of Strength.
In the name of the goddess, halt! Who goes there? A wanderer, you say? A lost sheep, perhaps, that has found its flock. The stable of Immaculates. Why, it's Silver Glen, of course. We have traded the search for silver for the pursuit of divinity. I'm sure this sounds strange in what are strangers' ears, but you must know that but a short while ago a frightful sickness felled us by the dozen until she showed us how we may overcome the frailty and even the decrepitude of our mortal bodies. That is when I suggest you talk to Father Loic if you want to learn more about the ways of the goddess. Guide you through the forest. Keep you safe.
Centuries to guard a big man. Keep alert, comrades. There's something fishy about this place.
The degenerates.
The Immaculates here seem to be a friendly enough bunch.
See,
As you know, I once carried the burden of disease upon emaciated shoulders. Perhaps I had better so I shall. It was an unparalleled horror. Scores of but none of their potions took effect. It went like this, Hunter. If a ghoul I had become, so a dark turn of thought convinced me. A ghoul's methods I should employ to escape the labyrinthian crypt of corporeal corruption. A necromancer I'd be. Yes, only from deep within the deliriums of death would I tunnel my way back into the gardens of life. I did unspeakable things in the dusky dungeons that twist like forgotten veins to long-deceased organs far beneath my castles. Still there came no relief. Perversions I created in scores. But they were like mosquitoes in the night. Panic and despair beset me until I turned to that darkest of all arts. It had to be. There was no other way. I could feel the life slipping out of me like love out of a betrayed spouse's heart. So I studied tomes, I drew forbidden symbols. I spoke unhallowed words, and from the smoke that rose like a dragon's last breath, a demon appeared to me and said, "Ask, O Hiraka." Never had I known a single word can cut deeper than the sharpest of daggers.
With maddening glee, the demon told me she was one of his kin. A soul-swallowing horror that had been... After such revelations, does one truly desire to live on? Death seemed like a mother then, welcoming me with her all will... It smiled, of course it did. Smiled bare 100 razors as its eyes came alight with infernal fire. 1,000 years I will give you, it whispered. I think you know the answer to that question, Hunter. But I've said enough for now. These memories are painful, and so let the hunt...
Well, well, well. So our very own demon hunter once dabbled in the so-called darkest of arts himself.
A man so utterly betrayed and dying will grasp at any...
But I can, no matter the...
Source Hunter, you've made it into the hamlet of Silverglen, I see. Unnerving spot, don't you find? Leandra, they're thick as trout, if you ask me. I haven't seen Leandra here myself, but she must have put on quite a show of magical mastery to enthrall a crowd of shaggy miners. To have them hop on the bandwagon of a shadowy religion wholly alien to them. I've been shadowing the local priest, a man by the name of Loik. I have the feeling he knows more than most. Mangoth, Hyberheim. But we must start at the beginning, Source Hunter. The White Witch is still at large. If we want to get to the true heart of Leandra's doings, we must start with her sister. The advantage of being a puss, my friend, is that one can pussyfoot. A white-haired wizard draws attention, but not that I'm not extra wary of these bloodsuckers, though. There's a Haven't you heard them whisper of the blood? How their eyes shine. Now, I can see how it could be a fantastic thing to nurse a dying human. They all act like they're full. The Immaculate's presence here is highly disconcerting. But we mustn't lose sight of our mission, Source Hunter. The White Witch resides somewhere in the wilds of the surrounding forest, and we must find her.